hope they let me in with my.
Now we're gonna have some great street game, man.
Yeah.
Alright, guys, here we are.
Yeah.
I'm James. This is Jorg.
You.
We're headed to the Apollo tonight, and interesting night so far. Right now it's about going on 12:30, and we're just walking up to the club. The first time I've been to Apollo, first time for Jorg as well.
Yeah.
And it should be an interesting night indeed. So talk to you soon.
I think so.
Yeah.
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 Party.
Party. Party. Come on. Alright, so we have a little bit of an issue here. Today, maybe people are dressed up, but Jorg came out in his shorts, and so we're a little bit nervous about that. Maybe we'll see if we can get him in or not, and if not, I think we're going to have to go to a different location, but it should still be interesting. Over there is the bar stage. Could be an alternative location for us. Maybe. You know what? I think that the big thing is I just like hearing myself talk. And that puts me in a good mood. So there's Apollo. And looks like there's a line over there. And we'll see what happens. Yeah. Starting my last night of 9 months in Barcelona. Last night out, Plaza Real. Is so is. And hopefully I won't get this camera stolen tonight because there's some pickpockets and thieves in Plaza Real. And meeting up with I think about 3 or 4 friends. And we should start here, have a couple drinks, and then head over to Razzmatazz. And then I want to end the night on the beach because how else could I end a great time in Barcelona than at the beach? So here we go. Come on, focus. Plaza Real, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm a camera girl.
Make a video. Make a video of the room. It's a video. It's a video. Yeah!
No, wait. I love James.
You're exaggerating.
Shut up. James, it's a video.
That's cool. It's a video, yeah.
It's a video, come on.
Music style. Like this?
Yes.
Alright, I'm James. This is Karina.
en esa esquina, ¿no?
Aquí mismo está bien.
Vale, espera ahí.
La última vez.
Así.
This is it. I'm telling you, this is it. This is the shit. This is
Mira, 6:40.
This is the final night on the beach. It's just it's like a meal of documentary, you know?
No, no possible.
What do you have to say, man? There it is. See the video. Say something. It's a video.
It's a video.
Yeah, it's a video.
What?
What? Say something. Hola,
From Barcelona.
Estonia.
France.
Germany.
Denmark.
Denmark. Mozambique. I feel like I know everyone here. Thanks for making my videos. Creative focus. Hey guys, what's up? It's James. This is my last day in Barcelona, Spain. I'm leaving in about 2 hours to take a train to France to go to a meditation retreat. And my friend let me stay at her place. She has a beautiful view of Montjuic, where the Olympic site is. And I'm just really enjoying my last few days here. And I just wanted to shoot a quick video for you guys to kind of cover some lessons I learned in Spain and hopefully offer you something that could help you as well. So we're going to crack into it, and here we go. Okay, so I get this great vista, and I just thought it'd be cool to make a video like this and share some lessons I've learned while I've been here. And here we go. While I was in Spain, I really, about halfway through, I think that my biggest culture shock had to do with trust. And this year I decided that I was going to begin to investigate my experience and to begin to do how I felt. And I think that if this is taken to an extreme, it can lead to kind of modes of unconsciousness. Unless I don't have good habits in my life, good things that keep me, alert mentally, then I can fall into eddies of aggression and stuff like that. So, but out of this, I discovered that I actually had a lot of fear, and the fear had to do with not being sure why I should trust anyone. Why should I trust someone? I don't know this person. They have no reason not to deceive me. It's only for their benefit. So, in some kind of logical way, and also Barcelona has a lot of pickpockets. So you have to think that this idea of trust was always in my mind. Who can I trust? If someone starts talking to me, can I trust this guy or not? And just having this day in and day out, I kind of built up a bit of a allostatic load about who I should trust. And so, in the end, I think I got a little bit closer to a better understanding through the idea of basic goodness. And what I learned was that everyone has basic goodness as part of their psyche. It's part of who they are. It's just very basic. It's basic goodness. And so, if we recognize it in other people, if we see it in other people, and we communicate them in this way, then I think that it brings trust in both. So it's you give trust to another person, and they give it back as well. And so this is difficult, especially with some of society's undesirables. People like the Pakistani beer guys and prostitutes and stuff like that. Promoters, people who really bother you, they don't mean to, they're doing their job, but it's kind of oh wait, this is a person as well, and they're going through the same thing as I am. They're having a different experience at the moment, but let's see if I can relate to this person. So it's very interesting how even some people if they're trying to sell me beer or something, and I approach them kindly and hey, how you doing, man? You having a good night? And then they get scared. Actually, they're afraid of that. and then others they completely change their game right away. Like all of a sudden they're very nice, and they are eager to show me that they actually have a good side. And I think that anyone who's in any kind of sales thing and is worn down by having to pitch to everyone, especially like in pickup or like in sales or trying to sell beers or trying to sell your body for a prostitute, I think that a lot of people have a yearning to want to reveal the other side of them that is, basically good and considerate of other people, and doesn't just look at everyone as a figure, something to achieve. And so I think that when you recognize and we be friendly to people, it brings out basic goodness in them as well, and so that engenders trust between both people. And I think that is a really, really interesting point, because it can be difficult to do, very difficult to trust someone who you just met. But usually, I think that if I can get past that hesitation and be the first person to, step forward, then I think that really helps. I mean, like the same thing even happens in the game. With like women you meet out, like they don't know you, but like if I come across as I trust you, then it comes back in return. I think that there's this thing about the world that if we give out basic goodness, then it comes back to us as well. If we recognize basic goodness in others, then it also comes back to us. So that is the first conclusion. So let's continue. Alright guys, the second theme of my year really had to do with having a lot of money and not having to work, and the feelings that brought about and the experience that brought about. I had a college tuition account of like $35,000, and basically for education, I had to be able to survive as well in this environment. So it'd be for food and maybe a little bit gray area, and maybe some fun times, but just in general, it's just supporting my experience in Barcelona. This is a city that has a lot to offer to people who are looking for a vacation. So for me, I found that I had so many good meals, so like really good food here, and really great experiences. And there was actually a point where I had so much pleasure coming to me that I actually began to feel very empty. Of course, at first it was very cool, but after a while I just felt empty. Like, what is that? Like, why do I feel so empty? And let's see, I wrote here. I said that pleasure alone isn't really that great, actually. It's part of life, but in fact it's depressing. I think I heard a story a couple years ago when I was living in Korea about she was like the daughter of some big multinational company, and being flown around the world, given whatever she wants, and she killed herself. And that story really stayed with me, because I was like, why would someone do that? They have so much going for them, And so I think that in reality, the joy in life is in growth, and living a life that's fulfilling for me. So, like, for example, like I was able to find some things that were fulfilling, like going out and meditating and running and stuff. But I mean, like, at the same time, like, not having a job really ate at me for a long time. Like, this idea of not actually giving something to society. I mean, I try to give things to society that are my interests, but at the same time, just like having a job that gives me a stable sense of identity, that I'm at least giving something to society. And the structure of 8 hours a day is just, it makes me think that, like, I'm actually like living my life to the fullest and living on my edge. In the end, I did get a job. It wasn't the most exciting job, but I found that I could still like learn a lot by practicing like interpersonal skills, practicing presenting my point, interacting with my coworkers, understanding opinions, interpersonal stuff. I think that in the end, that's what really matters. So, second conclusion is that pleasure is part of life, but it's balanced by work, I guess. I think that the balance between work and celebration is very natural, and that flows very naturally for us. And that out of work comes some kind of celebration always. So that's the second conclusion.